Good evening. How is everyone this evening? Oh, I just knew it was going to be that way. How is everyone this evening? There we go. From the balcony. I can hear you guys, no doubt. All right. So I'm reading here, and you all should listen to this as well. This performance is a reward we grant ourselves for all of the work we put into rehearsal and individual practice. We are happy to share this reward with our friends, family, and community. So wonderfully and eloquently put by Dr. Gonzalez. And so I say to our friends, our family and community, welcome this evening to a music concert. Thank you so much for being here tonight. Students, I want to focus on you this time. They get a lot of email from me, like a lot of email, and a lot of messaging and whatnot. I want to focus on you guys for just a moment. And I'd like to convince you, if you're not already convinced, how important the relationship is between audience and performers. And in a school, that is even more important because you know who those folks are. They're your parents. And being a parent myself of 3 children, one of them who had their first band concert in middle school this week, there's not anything in the world that makes me prouder, and it makes your parents prouder having you sit here this evening. 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade, no matter what grade you're in. So in the best way that you can, which is just a big thank you, because you don't want to take your instruments out of your hands, I'm going to count to 3, maybe even 4, because I'm better in 4 than I am in 3. And I want you guys to say a big thank you to your parents for being here, for supporting your musical interests, and for continuing to support your musical interests. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3.
Thank you!
Yay, very cool. And I do want to emphasize that point, that parents, it is so important that you invest in your kiddo's musical experience. It may be just as important. It probably is. It is as important as their music or as their math and English and social studies and reading. It's a real academic experience. And as I say many times here at these concerts as well, Dr. Gonzalez is someone who is a master teacher at this work. Let's go ahead and give a round of applause for Dr. Gonzalez. We will not invite him to the stage yet, but just a quick thank you, Dr. Gonzalez. He is truly, along with your support, the support of your students who practice hard, I know, every night, they're the ones that bring this together as an academic experience, as one that is probably on equal par with everything else your child does here at Taylor Middle School. But there's others in that supporting cast that I'd like to thank as well. I'd like to first mention our band boosters. The parents standing behind the t-shirts or in front of the t-shirts and in front of the great prizes. A huge round of applause for our band boosters. That work does not come together easily, and I have to say, when the music starts, you're going to be able to sit back and actually really kind of enjoy the music. And I say that sort of flippantly because a lot of people come to middle school and elementary school, even high school concerts, and they're just getting through it, right? This is not the case at Taylor Middle School. You can actually lose yourself in the music the same as you expect to pay for a symphony ticket. And I implore all of you to lose yourself in the music tonight. It's really special to have our band boosters here to promote their raffle and the t-shirt sales and whatever else they have going on in the snack area over there too. Please invest in that opportunity and support our band boosters. I'd also like to introduce and welcome and thank for attending our Millbrae Education Foundation, MEF. A huge round of applause for these hardworking folks as well. That beautiful poster back there is advertising what many of you have seen over email recently, which is the gala event, that not only supports much of what happens on these stages and in these classrooms, but is going to be extended to a lot of other affairs as well, including STEM technology. And I think it's a magical thing that we can have seated here before us, a band boosters, a PTA, a PTO, and MEF. They're all here because they all serve different purposes. And I want to encourage you all as just one messenger to say that it's worthwhile to support all of these organizations. They each play a key part or a key role in the funding of the schools and closing that gap between what we really have from the state and sort of what we need and really desire here at Taylor Middle School. Well, let's put the focus on the music now, and without further ado, I'd like to introduce the maestro, Dr. Gonzalez. Thank you, sir.
Okay, so this is the jazz band, and we'd like to present them to you today. We're going to play this little Gene Sorensen tune called Jammin' with Charlie. One, two, three, four. Thank you so much. That was Shri on the alto saxophone solo, followed by on the tenor sax, Justin, and the one and only Jimmy on the trumpet. And then that was Sean on the trombone. Then once again, Jimmy on the trumpet. And then we have in the back our violinist, Abby Yan on the drums. Ada is very shy, but she's over there playing right along with her on the conga drums. That's way back there, yeah. Okay, thank you. And then that was Mark Mentz on the alto saxophone. And then Justin on the tenor saxophone. And it's great when some student says, wait a minute, I want a solo. Usually it's, no, don't. Brian insisted on a solo in this group, very nice. So, very good. Students who want to maximize their, what is that called? Musical independence. Many of them do not know that they're practicing their musical independence, but they love playing in small groups. And so Thursdays and Fridays before school, these are some of the people that are coming to school very early and practicing some songs. So our first group is So I asked them to make up their own names, and because they're playing Jolly Old Saint Nick, they are called the Jolly Knicks. So here's our first group. I think they're over here. Yes? Go ahead. We're ready to listen, peeps.
So these three fine gentlemen, I said they had to come up with their own names, so they said, well, we are the Taco Bells because we're playing silver bells. Creative, don't you think? Here we are.
So these are the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They're called the treble clefs, but there's a bassoonist who plays bass clef. Oh, they're called the treble clefs. I'm the last one that gets the memo. So but all of them are going to play the theme from Symphony Number 1 by Brahms. Okay, we're ready to listen. And now the treble clefs are going to play for you one more song. I think you'll recognize this. We're ready. And then on the other, thank you very much. And then on the other side of the stage is this quartet. And they've already performed, just once, right? Or is it twice? And I don't remember the event, but they were very impressed with this group. So they're going to play 2 pieces. One of them is, oh, that's right, the Hungarian dance number 5. We're ready to listen. Okay, so at every concert, I'd like to give you some kind of demonstration that's related to our music making process, and the way that we determine how loud or how softly to play first is in the music, because it says MF for medium loud or mezzo forte, F for forte or loud, two Fs for fortissimo or very loud. MP for medium soft, all those, and then P for soft. But the dynamics have to do with what everybody is hearing. It's not the conductor's responsibility to decide how we interpret a medium loud. So medium loud is pretty much right in the middle. It's not too loud, it's not too soft. So we decide as musicians that is your, what is that called? Thank you, your bass line. So this is what mezzo forte sounds like. And what are they doing when they decide how loud mezzo forte is? I hear myself equally as I hear everybody else. So their job is to sound the same volume as the person on either side of them. They're always listening and they're always playing at the same time, like this. 2. Mezzo piano is, I hear everybody else just a little bit more than myself. Just a little bit more. And then one more time, they go down one more. I hear myself a lot less than I hear others, but I don't give up the characteristic sound of the instrument. Okay? So I hear everybody else just more than myself, more so. Mezzo forte. It's always balanced, and you don't ever hear anybody that's too loud. Forte, it means that I'm listening to everybody, but I'm hearing myself a little bit louder than everybody else. And then fortissimo, I hear myself a lot louder than everybody else. And then you kind of thinking, wait a minute, these are middle school kids. What are they going to do? Oh no. But the deal is, but you have to be able to hear everybody else. Because if you can't hear everybody else, we're not going to play in tune. Okay? So all of those things. So I'm not the one that makes those musical decisions, the dynamic decisions. If they buy into this template of the dynamics idea, then things are always balanced. You don't ever hear too much saxophone or too much trumpet or too much trombone or too much flute, because everybody is making sure, let me see, it's mezzo forte, I hear myself equally. Wait a minute, it's fortissimo, I hear myself louder, but I still hear everybody else. And it's pretty exciting how they create their own expression through the dynamics. And this piece, March of the Belgian Paratroopers, is a beautiful, fun little symphonic march that lends itself perfectly to us practicing our different dynamics, because it starts mezzo forte and then you'll hear all the different dynamics between the beginning and the end. So enjoy Peter Lemons, I think is his last name, yes, and March of the Belgian Paratroopers. So I kind of think of the March of the Belgian Paratroopers as these little short chubby guys who met this other guy, and they're just kind of walking like this all the way through, and that's kind of how the song goes. Enjoy. back cover of your program, there are the words to these 4 pop Christmas songs. And to be inspired to sing, we have the Bulldog Band that will help inspire you to sing, okay? So the concert band is going, the concert band is going to play the introductions for each of the songs, and then we'll start singing 4 different songs. You're going to sing, aren't you? Okay. I'll stop in the middle if I don't hear you. Okay, let's have some fun. Thank you.
Bouncer Band, Jazz Band, Bulldog Band, and all of the other performing groups. To yourselves as well, thank you so much for coming this evening.